boiling inside. And so what happened was I met this girl. She took me all the way up to Ubud, which is the cultural capital of Bali, from the beach in Kuta. And you know, we're supposed to rent a bungalow and split the money. I left all my luggage at her home back there in Kuta. And what happens in the morning? She just totally disappears, right? She just disappears. What happened was, like, getting to the point. I left my luggage at her home, and she said, "You know what? I don't want your luggage anymore at my place. I'll just stick it out. I'll just leave it out." She took my luggage, and like, I don't even know what happened to it, because I'm in Ubud, you know, way to the north. And I just, why would you do that? You know? Why would you do that? I'm not saying that to scare people away from couchsurfing, because I've been doing it for a long time, for 7 years. Never really had a situation where like that before. And I don't want to scare people away. There's plenty of great people, but just, you know, just be sensible, just be reasonable while dealing with people. That's all I'm saying. Maybe I should just pay more attention to references and just spend a little bit more time viewing the profile. You know, when you're traveling, you don't want to spend, you know, too much time on the internet, because you want to use this time well. Think about if you can actually have anything. I mean, think about it. Can you have this house? Can you have the car? You can have it, but only because a certain group of people agree that you can have it. Okay, there's an agreement in society. Okay, this is your car because you bought it. You have the registration. This is your car. It's not yours if you think about it. You're just managing it for a little bit, because this is mind created. You need to possess. It's mind created, and it's an illusion because you cannot possess it. You're just visiting this planet. Like, think about going to the jungle. Like, we're all been there a couple thousand years ago. We were just like part of it, and now we're living in this thing called society, and we cannot even survive in the freaking jungle for more than one day, because we're gonna get bit by a snake and die. It's amazing how we detach from this planet, how we just take and take and take, and just nature is my kind of atmosphere. I don't feel it at all. Like, I'm so much like you. You know, speaking of, you know, going to space and just looking at the planet, there's this pale blue dot suspended in the vast cosmos, and borders is, oh my god, that's another thing that humans created to separate us. You know, if you think of borders, nationalities, races, religions, it's all mind-created separateness that that mind creates in order for the egos of ourselves to feel stronger. Like, we're so weak on the inside that we need artificial borders, we need artificial cultures, religions, and things we can cling to and say, this is mine, this is mine, this is my identity. I'm a wife, I'm a Muslim, I'm this, I'm that. We need it so much because on the inside we just don't feel like we're alive. We cannot connect with this amazing energy field that's within us. We cannot do that, and that's why we have borders. Like, if you think about it, there's no need for that at all. It's self-created, and I think the evolution of this planet, I hope so at least, because I mean, you never know what's going to happen, but I think the evolution of this planet is to stay away from artificial separating people. I think we're going to understand that we needed 2 wars in just the last century. There's been, I don't know how many, but I don't think I'm gonna be very far from truth if I say maybe 200 million people were killed just last century, just because of some stupid mental thought forms. Because, you know, I'm a Nazi, you're that, and you have to die because you have no right to live because you believe in something else. You know, it's just as bad as saying, hey, you know, my car has better color, you should die. I don't think you should drive a red Ferrari. I think it should be yellow. And now that you drive a red Ferrari, I'm gonna kill you. I mean, you know, it's just a subtle form of energy, the thought. So borders, to me, are an expression of our minds to separate, to disconnect with ourselves even more. And I don't like that idea at all. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't care if we get another fucking island from Germany, or if we get another freaking acre of land from Czech Republic. Like, it's not gonna change anything. You know, let's focus on something that's important. Let's focus on uniting rather than separating. I don't really spend a lot of money when I travel. I try to keep it very cheap, as cheap as possible. Especially when you buy a flight, I always try to find the cheapest flight. I always try to, I try to cook for myself if I have time and resources to do that. I try not to, eat in expensive restaurants. If I want to chill by the pool, I just, sneak in a 5-star hotel and just pretend I live there and just kind of just swim around the pool. And you don't need ridiculous amounts of money. Don't let it be an excuse for your mind to not to travel, because it's another problem that's self-created. All you have to do is really get out of your comfort zone. I don't really work during traveling. Last day of my life, I wouldn't do anything. I think doing is another form of trying to find, peace and happiness in the future. If the world is tomorrow, I don't have to do anything. I will just sit and contemplate it. I will say to myself, God, what a beautiful experience that was. What an amazing feeling it was to be alive. Like, we're so focused on our careers, on our lives, in a way that we so much disconnect from ourselves that we don't cherish life anymore. We treat life as a burden. We treat life as something that is unnecessary. I know people who are really waiting to die. They tell me, but life is so hard, and I can't wait till I die because I can't stand it anymore. Well, you chose to look at it that way, and the universe and all its love is giving you the experience of what you expect. It sounds counterintuitive and absurd, but trust me, I just feel that the universe will give you what you need. If you want it, if you want your life to be miserable, this is exactly what you're gonna get. If you change the focus of your attention, your life can get better, and there's no need to feel sad at the last day of the world. I think death is an amazing experience. I think I would just sit back and reflect on it, contemplate the world, and say thank you to the energy. You can call it God, you can call it the universe, the consciousness, and I think the end of the world would be actually a good thing to a lot of people, because that would shift their focus. I don't know, it's a desert island, If you're on an island, you better be self-sufficient, you better find ways to provide for yourself, because you're gonna die. And matches could be useful before I actually start to, learn how to start a fire. My dream is to go into space, and I think it would be a very humbling experience to go into space, to be able to look at the planet as a small sphere suspended somewhere in the dust of the universe. It would make me very humble. I need that, There's times in my life when I'm arrogant, there's times in my life when my ego just takes over and I want to impress people, and I want to make myself feel so important. But if you look at the planet and you see it as a pale blue dot, your importance is nowhere in the evidence. How can you be important suspended? All our obsessions with nationalism, with borders, with wars, with fighting for our ideas, they would be challenged by this small dot right there in space, and I think that would be the ultimate experience. I'm gonna go to space. Yeah. Maybe not so much to the moon, but I want to connect with the weightlessness and the whole zero gravity, and just look back and say, hey, this universe is just a small step in a vast, encompassing journey of our lives. Thank you. Wow, I can speak for a long time if I have a chance.